most people would have just said, hey, I've got the answer. You know, I've got this one plant, it works, I've got the answer, and I will just stick with this plant because this one plant works.
Right.
But you've gone way beyond that. So I mean, how many herbs are you now using? Something like
300 herbs, yeah.
more than 300 herbs.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you've gone from one plant that was successful to over 300 herbs.
Oh, that is obvious. A scientist would not just stick on to only one thing. You see, as we said, if we have a problem, we work on a problem, we will create more problems and more answers to it. So if you are a scientist, I believe you will not stick just to one plant, because as you read, you begin to learn. As you get to learn, you begin to learn more, and you begin to see many other possibilities. There was never a moment in my life that I would say I would stick on to one plant. Well, that plant could become the anchor for my work. But I will be never satisfied with what I'm doing. I will go on, search for more and more and more. And the more I read, the more I know. And then you have to remember that cancer is a very complex problem. People who came to me, they have all kind of symptoms, all kind of problems, and we need to solve the problem. So we just can't stick onto one plant and say this is a panacea for everything. It's a magic bullet for everything. First, remember this, I never believe in magic bullet. Okay? And I think the world is wrong if we are talking about just a silver bullet or a golden bullet or a magic bullet. I don't think we could do that. Yeah.
All right, to return to this plant and to your first case of success, what happened then? I mean, there must have been a second patient somehow.
Oh yes!
So how did that happen?
Ben was my first patient.
Right.
And you just imagine that next week, he brought in another friend who was down with lung cancer.
Right.
And he was also a given up case. They removed half of his lung. And he was having problems.
So the plant was also useful against lung cancer?
Yes. So this, at that time, the beginning, when we first started, really, to be honest, I mean, we have no choice. I thought that was the only thing that I could do, and therefore, that's it. So we work on it. But as I said, when you work on lung cancer, you have people who have severe cough. Now what do I do? This plant would not treat cough. So that's how I developed cough mixtures for these people. Then eventually later on, somebody has severe pain. Now what do? Well, doctors can prescribe morphine, but for us it is not possible. We can't give painkillers. So I have to work and research on herbs that could help in pain. So you see, as we go forward, we can see more problems and we start solving. And that's how we end up today with something like 80 types of different combination of herbs to help cancer patients. Then we use, I think, something like 350 types of different herbs combined into this formulation. And let me just tell you this is not the end.
You're learning, you're still learning.
Yes, I'm still learning, and it's already 14 years.
Yes.
So I am still developing today new formulation for more hard to solve problems.